What is up and welcome back to Cryptographics, and in this video I'm going to give you an easy to understand overview on how to work TORUS.win. Truly the first of its kind on the blockchain, and we're going to go over what the two main mechanics are just briefly and as an overview, and how to operate them, and then how to view your stakes or your creation. So let's hop into the dApp, and again, this is TORUS.win, and all the links for this video will be in the description below. So let's go into the dApp. And now we're here at the Torus.win/earn dApp, where you can come here and do two different actions to participate within the Torus system. The first that we're going to look at is create, and the second action is called staking. Now let's start with the creating action. And you're probably wondering what the design was roughly for both of these mechanics. Now I'm going to go into extreme detail in the next video, but simply put, creation is designed for higher prices relative to TitanX. So that's Torus being higher priced relative to TitanX. And staking is typically utilized for when prices are lower versus TitanX. But there are so many strategies and ways to play this system that those are very, very basic ways of looking at the system. And they're very powerful. But that is not the only way to play the system. And that does not always mean that creating over staking and vice versa, because of the ROIs, will necessarily always lead you to a high ROI in the end, because there are so many variables and so many factors that come into play to make that ROI or any ROI come to fruition. Creating allows you to come into the Torus system and deposit either TitanX or ETH and participate in the system. Now, what will happen when you place TitanX or ETH into the system for up to 88 days, which is the maximum? You are going to create a number of Torus tokens that you are guaranteed to get at the end of the length that you've selected here. Now, while you're waiting for that 88 days or whatever number in between 1 and 88 that you selected, you are going to earn more Torus. Now, as you can see in the dApp, currently, because participation is quite low at the moment, the potential ROIs are quite high. Now, this is only estimated, and these estimates are there mainly to show you whether the creating or staking mechanism is currently more profitable and to just help you make better decisions within the app. This is going to be slowly earned over the course of 88 days, and you'll earn little by little every single day. And estimates will drop as new participations join based on the current participation. So as you are waiting, and if more people are coming in after you, your estimated ROI or the tokens that you're going to see that you're going to earn are going to decrease little by little by little. Okay, so you're going to see this down here in the table once you have actually created for any length with any amount in the dApp. Now, once you decided you want to create, in order to select the amount of either TitanX or ETH that you want to select and bring into the dApp, you're going to use the power section here. And you can make this power as low as 1 or all the way to 1 million. And so, as you can see, the maximum you can bring in the system right now is 220,000, and the minimum is 22 cents. And that can be brought in either ETH or TitanX. So you can choose any number in here. And let's say I wanted to do 2,000 bucks. Okay, or let's even do 200. I would just see the 1 here. I would do a 0 and a 0. Perfect. I got $21. Good enough for me. Now I would look and see, okay, my length, I want to choose between 1 and 88 days. I'm going to do 55. Why not? And you can see the ROI drops significantly. And if you're wondering why the ROI drops, I'm going to save that for another video. I just want this to be very simple so that you can come to the dApp and you can understand just how to operate this creation interface and the staking interface and how to view your creations and stakes. So once you've selected your days, once you've selected your length, and once you are happy with all of the stats here and think, I would like to try this, then you're going to come down here to the Create Torus button. You're going to click that, pay a gas fee, the system is going to take your 100 million Titan X in this case. It is going to credit you with 6.23 created Torus that you are guaranteed to get at the end of your creation period. And you are going to slowly earn little by little your way towards that estimate that you were given originally. Though remember that this estimate is more than likely going to be higher than what you will get because people will come in after you more than likely. If no one comes in after you, then you are going to get this amount. And as an example, here is what an active creation looks like. It's going to show you your length, your progress, the start day, the end day. I'll bring this to the middle of the screen here. Your start day, your end day, the power that you selected, how much Torus you created, your earned Torus, your current ROI, your cost versus your current value, your shares, the share pool ownership. And then you also have this little button here, and this will be the same for the staking side, is you can click this button. And if you do, then this is going to bring up a little screenshot that you can take by just clicking this button here, and it's going to save this image to your desktop, and you're going to be able to go and then share this with whoever you want online. If you're making YouTube videos or you make just content on X or you just want to share it with your friends, then this is perfect to be able to just help you get the word out and spread the word of what Torus is doing. So this is really as simple as creation is. Now, what we do need to talk about is when your creation is done, they will show up, and when it's claimable, they will show up in the claimable creations tab. If you have multiple creations, you can claim them all at the same time here. Once they're claimed, you will be able to end or see all the creations that have ended and view all the stats, as well as share the end ROI as well with a similar button that we see in the active creation tab here. Now, the one thing I want you to understand before you go and understand all the mechanics is that at the end of your creation period, whether it's 1 day or 88, when it arrives in this claimable creation section, you have 14 days to claim your creation before you start getting penalties only on what you've earned. So again, you have 14 days once the creation period has ended as a grace period. Once it goes past that, you have 7 more days, but each of those 7 days, a total of 14.28% of all the tokens that you earned, remember not the created, but what you've earned, will be removed per day. And once you get to the end of the 7 days, then essentially you will only be able to claim your principal tokens that you created originally. And you'll lose all the earned tokens that you had been waiting for that whole time. So please make sure that you have an alarm set, you've set it in your calendar, you know exactly when this is coming to be claimable, and you're ready for it, because I don't want to see anyone get unnecessary penalties, but I did want to make Torus as forgiving as possible when I designed the system. So now that we understand what the power is, the earn length, that we can select Titan X or ETH, that we must deposit either Titan X or ETH into the system, then we can go over to the staking module. And actually, before we do that, just one final word of advice here. When it comes to the ETH side, it will show you your balance, and it will show you that you can actually deposit that entire amount because it's in your wallet. But please make sure that you set the deposit amount low enough that you will leave room for a little bit of gas, just a few dollars, or as much as you feel comfortable with that you want to leave in your wallet for other transactions as well. So that way you actually have the ability to pay for this transaction in addition to what's in your wallet. Now that we understand that completely, let's go over to the staking side. Now, staking, if you're familiar with staking already, this is very, very familiar and very similar, but there are a few twists here. So the biggest thing to understand with staking is that you are required to bring in Torus tokens, right? The native token to the system. So if I wanted to stake, let's say 100 tokens, then I would actually need to pay a deposit in Titan X or ETH. Now, if you're looking at how much this deposit is, well, right now I want to stake $733 of Torus over 88 days, and I need to pay a deposit in about $11. So it's very menial, it's very small, but this is a very important mechanic that really separates Torus from the rest of the protocols that have previously done staking, and it adds a very powerful twist on how Torus is able to sustain itself into the future. Now, you can pay this fee in either TitanX or ETH, and this means that when you come to Torus to stake, you must have both Torus and TitanX or Torus and ETH in your wallet to be able to do this. Now, it really is as simple as that. Just like the creation side, you are going to get an estimated earned number of tokens that you're going to see here. And this is where the estimated ROI comes from. But as you can see currently, the creation ROI is much higher versus the staking ROI. And I'm planting seeds here because I want you to watch the next video when we actually talk about how the mechanics of Torus work, because I don't want to overload you this video. I just want to give you the overview of how this all can be used. So again, you come to the dApp, you select stake, you type in the amount of Torus that you have in your wallet, you utilize the ETH or TitanX option, select whatever one you want to pay in, and then once you have the amount and the currency for deposit that you have, then you need to decide how long you want to stake for. And just like creation, you can stake between 1 and 88 days. Now, one quick thing that I want you to know is that if you do decide to stake, let's say 997.6 Torus for any less than 88 days, you are going to pay slightly more for every day less that you choose, or every day shorter that you choose to stake. So for example, if I, as you can see here, if I change this from 88 to 87, you can see the deposit is currently at 500 million for an 88-day stake. And if I change this to 87, you're going to see that I'm going to pay slightly more. And if I were to change this to, let's say, 40 days, I'm going to pay quite a bit more. So again, we'll talk about this in a later video, and I will actually go over this for creation as well, just so you understand what you're getting into. But I want you to understand the costs for getting in and how they work just on a very, very basic level. So, and you might have noticed that the ROI actually has also gone down. Again, more content for a future video. So once you've decided on your length and the amount of Torus that you want to stake and for what currency, then you're going to click the Stake Torus button. And you're going to be able to come down here, and just like the creation tab, you're going to see the length, the progress, your start day that you made the stake, your end day that your stake will finish, your principal, earned, current ROI, the shares, your share ownership, and there's actually going to be a claim button here too, which I'm going to talk about in just a sec, as well as that share button to be able to take a screenshot of your stake and share it on any social media or send it to your friends or wherever you'd like. Now, this claim button that's going to be here is a bit of a different button than creation, because with stakes, you can actually claim what you staked, just this amount, at the 50% completion mark. Now, if you choose to do that, you will lose all of the earned tokens that you've earned up to that point. However, after you complete 50% and you go further and further closer to the 100% completion mark, you are going to start to be able to early end your stake and get your principal back, what you've staked, as well as a little bit of earned Torus based on how far past 50% that you've completed your stake. And that's very important to know, because it is a very important design feature of Torus, and it opens up a whole world of potential opportunities down the road when you study the system and you learn how to strategize with it. Now, there's, like the creation table, there is the claimable stakes table, which works the exact same. You can click claim, which is over on the right here, and it will be a nice little purple button. And if you have multiple stakes, you can batch claim them if they're all ready to be claimed. And exactly like creations, there is that 14-day window where you are in a full grace period. There are no penalties. And then you have that 7-day penalty window where 14.28% of all your penalties are taken per day until they're all taken in penalties by the end of the 7th day. And then you can only claim back what you've staked in your Torus tokens. Once you've claimed the stake, you can then see all the stats to do with that ended stake, the progress, the principal Torus, the penalties, how much Torus was claimed, the current ROI cost, and you'll be able to share that as well. And two final comments here before we wrap up this video that I really want you to understand. The create and stake both require deposits. Those deposits you will not get back. That it goes to the system to help the system support itself with various functions that we will get into in another video. But I just want to be very clear that creation, you deposit and you give this to the system, whether it's in TitanX or ETH. Stake, you give this deposit in TitanX or ETH, and those are not returned. When you stake, your stake principal, the staked Torus that you put into the system, is returned to you. When you create, the created Torus that you get plus your earned tokens, just like staking, you get your staked plus your earned tokens. That is what you get at the end of the creation and the stake. With that being said, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you found it very useful and simple enough for you to be able to be comfortable to be able to come to Torus.win and create or stake and begin to see what the age of Torus is all about. And I hope you'll join us. I hope you'll become a fellow creator or staker and join the Torus revolution. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.